Hello everyone to my new episode.
Here is the chain, goes to the wire. If I disconnect it, then I should be good with disassemble the steering pedestal.
It's definitely good that I took it off, because here I'm quite sure it was leaking here. If there is any water getting here in a cockpit, it will eventually gonna get in that hole which I have down there. I'm just gonna make this whole steering pedestal look better. I have two options how the boat steers. I have a system in the back which is Arias self-steering system. It's a good brand. Most common is Hydrovane. So those are like two most, I guess, known brands, and they are pretty expensive. So the self-steering system, if you want to have a new one, it's gonna cost you like 6,000 or 7,000 euros. Bloody expensive. That's the reason why many people just can't really afford it and can't really buy that. So they use a little bit cheaper system, which is basically this one. Use autopilot, which is mounted either to the steering wheel or is mounted directly to your tiller. There is also hydraulic system that helps you to steer the boat when you just turn your wheel, so it's not that heavy. But for me, I don't have the hydraulic system. I have with the wires, stainless steel wires. What's the benefits of this system which I have is that I don't have a hydraulic system needed. More complicated you make the system, it's more easy to break. Now I'm gonna fix everything. I will understand where is everything on my boat. I'm gonna have a knowledge about my boat. I have to know every single detail of my boat. If I don't know every single detail of my boat, it's a disaster for me, because I don't feel safe. I feel safe only when I know my boat. And so that's the also reason why I'm taking the boat out. I'm working with it, and when I finish with working my boat, I'm gonna take it in the water and test it. And I mean, I'm gonna test it really hard. I'm gonna go out in the really rough seas and see what this boat is capable of before I'm heading somewhere else, before I'm actually gonna go around the world. I'm gonna run a little test for it here. Basically what I did, I connect the plus and minus to the battery, and basically that's it. I'm gonna go and check if everything works, and then I can disassemble this, place the battery back where it belongs in the main cabin. And then I have made already electric drawings how it's going to look here, and I just want to see if the motor works, so everything is working before I set up all the electrical cords and cables. And yoo-hoo! It works! Like I was expecting. I couldn't find any issue, so I think it's just the motor is working. Seems like nothing is wrong, so I just gonna go ahead and install the electrical wirings. I have, like I mentioned before, I have the drawing. I start to make electrical drawings for my front cabin batteries. I'm thinking to have like 4 batteries, connecting like minus to minus, minus to minus, then minus to minus, and minus goes to the plate. Then it's minus on this plate,
and then plus goes to the plus, goes to the plus, and then goes to the plus plate. This is the system that I see to many boats. But there is one problem, which I'm going to explain you in my another drawing, which I'm going to draw here. And here I want to show you something. The problem is that this battery, when I make the system like this, and this battery is first in the line, which means that this battery actually going to work more than these batteries, from my opinion. This is the battery that's going to work mostly, and then only the most less working battery will be this one, which is the last one. To avoid that, I need to make separate cables going to the metal plate here. So the minus goes from here and then goes to here, and then this minus goes from here and goes to the second one, and so on and so on. The cables has to be the same length. So if there is let's say 2 meters, so 2 meters cable going from here to here, and here is only like, let's say 1 meter, you still have to place the cable which is 2 meters. So the cables must be the same length. That's the idea, the whole idea. I figured out that, and I really couldn't find any other drawing like this one in any other boat. Thought, okay, how am I gonna connect all the batteries so they take all the battery power like as it would be one battery. So then I came up with this idea. So what are you guys thinking?
Awesome. Yo, let's go. Just want to show you the main setup of batteries. This is as much as batteries I have originally in the boat, or let's say the previous owners placed 3 batteries in total. So one is separate, and this battery is for the engine, so it's startup battery, and these 2 is for the saloon, which is obviously not enough, especially for me. I was also thinking about having lithium batteries, but those are so bloody expensive. The difference between the lithium batteries and the batteries that the regular batteries is that the regular batteries, as the power goes down, you lose the voltage as well. So you basically lose the power like dramatically. And you don't have any more like 100%, it's 50%, and it also gives you 50%. Lithium batteries, they can be almost empty, but they still give you 100%. So that's the difference, the biggest difference. So far that I know, that's the only difference as well. The charging system must be different, at least different setup. Advantages, and there's some disadvantages. For example, disadvantage is that they are so bloody expensive. The one battery that you buy, lithium battery, you can buy 8 batteries, the regular ones. So it's that bloody expensive. So I probably would think twice. I just gonna go for the regular ones. Maybe later on, when they're gonna drop, the prices will drop, I will gonna go for that. But for now, it's just so much things that I have to buy for the boat. I just have to keep my budget. I have such a big list. So in lithium batteries, those are, it's good to have, but for now I'm gonna skip it. So yeah, that's what I'm talking. So I have only 2 batteries right here, and well, you can't count that because it's just for the engine, to start up the engine. So I have 2 batteries, And then I'm gonna have 4 batteries over there in the front, which gonna give me enough power to run the boat, to run all the electricity on the boat. And then I have to install this fuse, which according to the instruction should be 250 as minimum amperes, up to 500. It's interesting. Well, I found this 300, and I hope this is gonna be exactly the one that I need. I just need to find the place where I'm going to install it, and then I'm gonna have actually quite few of these needed. Hello everyone! This episode will going to be a little bit shorter than the rest because simply I traveled to visit my mother. She's living in another country, and I was almost for a week away. And this room is where the things getting shine and nice. This is the painting room. And in the background you can see my steering pedestal. The steering pedestal asking for sanding. Wants it to be sanded and prepared before I actually primering. So this room is not for you right now. I just gonna temporarily store it for some couple days. Let's see how far I get, and like I said, it's going to be a little bit shorter video, so I hope you enjoyed, and